Let's start with our debate competition. Okay. We deeply honored to welcome you, sir. A very cheerful noon to our adjudicator, teachers, and participants. I am Mansi Srivastav, and your host is Ocean Sharma. A very big welcome to our guest, Mr. Pawan Rele, sir. Sir is an advocate at Supreme Court of India. Sir is a co-founder of VSPR Associate and NIEV Judicial Education. Sir has filed an interim application in Supreme Court Advocates on record assassination versus Union of India in 2016. Immediately after passing out of his college, Sir has argued before 5-judge bench. Also, Sir is the author of a book titled Bureaucracy versus Democracy, Revisiting Fourth Judge Case, and Sir is honored by Dr. Manmohan Singh, ex-Prime Minister of India. We also have our faculty, Mr. Sumit Maheshwari, sir. Sir is an assistant professor at Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Department of Law. We welcome you, sir. The Prestige family is really pleased to have you amongst us. We are really excited about our participant and wish that event will leave best remark in our memories. The room is ready, the tables are set. So let's start with our awaited Padma Shri NN debate competition. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for giving such a nice introduction about me. And it's really a wonderful opportunity for me to come and adjudicate such a prestigious moot court competition organized by prestigious law college. It's really wonderful that in such difficult situation and dark days, the Prestige Law College has taken such a beautiful initiative to give all of us the crux of the consciousness which is in the mind of the young people. So I think with this, let's start with the debate. So I think it's a team number 24 versus 29, I think, yeah?
Yeah, I'm 29.
So 24, I think, is for the motion, and 29 is against the motion.
Yes.
Correct. Sir. So let's start. I think you might be knowing all the time limits prescribed in the rules,
yes,
rule book. Yeah. So
yes,
let's start. Okay, for the motion, please.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today, I, Nana Mishra, stands here to speak for the motion. Priorities have changed situations and have changed and are meant to be changed dramatically from world and to the union all space. So here, I put forward my arguments for the motion. Coronavirus, or whether I should say the novel coronavirus, is not only limited to its originating motherland, the city Wuhan of China, but has engulfed in its lap the number and billions and millions of deaths. Corona evolved or created is not the question of law today. The virus has its death mortality or the range of mortality is also not the question of law today. But the question remains when a single sneeze gains a lot of attention. Ironically, the virus of the rich has dominated the poor, and it has also not left any society, any culture, or any sections of the society untouched. Today, when we wonder about the different causes and immunity development programs of different nations, we also see that the doctors, the medical practitioners, the scientists have endorsed clearly in their pro forma that testing is the only solution way left to fight against coronavirus. But here, having more than 2 billions of population living in a country, we have only a few number of tests proportionate to that. I would also like to say that symptoms are really casual of the virus, but the consequences are leaving to graveyards. And today, talking about putting a question mark on the topic that COVID-19 test should be free is justifiable, not. Of course, it is justifiable. It is humbly submitted that it is also the necessity of the nation. It is also necessary to conduct free medical tests. Sir, I would like to state statistical data of 2011. where Indian population was where 22% of Indian population is demarcated as poor. In the same way, hunger index report, if we state that 102nd position is by India out of 117 country, a country where the migrants are moving state to states having ulcers on their food. We are asking them to pay some amount to have their test positive or negative. Isn't it a mockery to their system? Sir, I would also like to put forward the views that India's private COVID-19 tests are charging much higher in the whole South Asia. There are tests are free in South Korea, tests are free in Bangladesh, tests are free in Vietnam, and we are here arguing whether the test should be free or not. I would also like to mention that a section of society who cannot afford 2 meals a day, who cannot afford shelter, who cannot afford food, who cannot afford water, has to pay the capped amount, be it 4,500 or be it rupees 1,500. My opponents will have a strong argument over the favor that economy will be going in drain. So there are different pool testing is also the necessary. There are different solutions to the problem, but capping the price is not only arbitrary but also are unreasonable. It is not only violating Article 14 of Indian Constitution, but also, sir, right to health is not only a human right but is also a fundamental right and should be availed by every citizen of India. It is the violation of Article 21 as well as Article 14 of Indian Constitution. With this, I rest my case. Thank you, sir.
So wonderful to hear. Now it's the turn for team number 29, which is for against the motion.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Right. Good afternoon to all the panelists. I'm Pratima, tab 29. I would speak against the motion. Is free medical testing of COVID-19 in India justified? This question arose when a writ petition was filed in the Supreme Court by Shashank Dev Sudhi. Whether 4,500, the capped amount, which is fixed by ICMR, the apex body of research on India, is economically justified. In the absence of treatment, testing is one of the pivotal evidence that COVID-19, the strategy that is used by COVID-19. The COVID-19 has exactly shown us why the Indian healthcare system needs a reboot. The question is that in this time of natural calamity, are we trying to give the onus only on the private institutions to make this test free of cost? It is not that we need to differentiate between private free testing and profit making, because that is not what the private institutes are doing. We need to differentiate between private entities making. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Please carry on.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to in this time, the 4,500 amount that was fixed by ICMR and not by any other organization. So there is no question on this amount. Secondly, the Supreme Court in its judgment mentioned about the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which covers about 50 crore beneficiaries, and there are 18,000 hospitals that are treating that are under the scheme, out of which 53% are private institutions. So private organizations are already doing free testing. Now the question is that the private entities run on some costs. There are various other costs. Like this is a labor-intensive operation. We need to pay the employees. We need to pay the testing kits, which cost around 3,000 itself, and 1,500 is just the testing amount. The World Health Organization has said that India should ramp up its speed of testing to only if it wants a way out of coronavirus. But right now, it's a question of the health policy. Access to healthcare is a fundamental right, but access to free healthcare is not a right. Keeping in tune with the UDHR policy of healthcare being a human right, the government right now has done everything possible. But keeping the onus only on the private entities, we are trying to overburden them. This can have a negative aspect on this. Secondly, why don't we share a responsibility also on the Mediclaim and the insurance companies? Why don't we ask them to give a hand in this situation? We need to have a calculative approach. A practical aspect to this is the government in its order has not clearly justified. It has said that the health ministry or the government organization may reimburse the cost. it's a question. The order did not justify whether, hello,
Yeah, please,
whether
please
these
carry on.
costs
It's
can be
just bad.
reimbursed. Whether these costs can be reimbursed. If Kiran Majumdar Shaw, the Bicon CP, has strongly vehemently opposed this order. She says that the small private entities will die out. People might stop testing, and this might have a negative effect on COVID. There are already 40% of the population is being treated in this Pradhan Mantri Jan Aayog Yojana, and about 67% of out of pocket expenditure is being faced by India. Time and again, the Indian budget allocation to healthcare has been low. So this is a question on the government's healthcare policy. With the recent speech of government Modi saying about the 20 crore economical stimulus package, we expect that the government itself tries to unleash the factor of people. Can I, the adjudicator, can I just continue for a minute?
Yeah, please carry on for 10 seconds.
All right. So if I have 10 seconds, I would say that
it's okay. Carry on for 20 seconds. Carry on for 20 seconds. Yeah, no problem.
We cannot just depend on the private charity to fight on this international health crisis. We need to make sure that there is a proper mechanism fixed for the reimbursement of this amount. We need to make sure that there is a calculative and practical approach, because the Indian economy is in a severe crunch. If people of India who can afford can pay, why not make them pay? And why just make it free COVID testing? We are not the economies, we can't compare ourselves to South Korea, because 90% of South Korean healthcare facility is a private organization. So I would rather say, all right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, it's time for team number 24 so to do the rebuttal. So again, let her give 20 more seconds, okay, in rebuttaling the things if she wants to. Yeah, please carry on, team number 24.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
first of all, I would like to raise first of all, as being in the round of rebuttal, I would like to ask, my informative opponent clearly mentioned that if someone can afford, they can pay. It is highly submitted that it is already mentioned in the Supreme Court's order or in the government's guidelines that it is only for the poor classes and for the economic weaker sections of the classes. Obviously, the rich can pay, those who can afford can pay. Second important thing, my learned opponent looks quite enthusiastic about private institutions and only private labs. I would like to raise a question that we are not here to discuss about only the private laboratories. We are also here to discuss about the government institutions, about the government programs and policies. Second important point, she clearly mentioned that ICMR has fixed the amount. Sir, I would like to quote that ICMR has clearly mentioned that rupees 700 to 1100 is the only cost cutting which is needed, and the rest the private hospitals are charging are above the burden, and this is creating really a great burden on the society. Second important thing, I would also like to answer when she asked about WHO rampant to speed of testing. Testing can, in country like India, testing can only be ramped up when there are free testings available, because this can be done like government or through their corporate social responsibility funds. They can reimburse rupees 2000 to 2500 to private lab owners. It's not a war to be fight against one another, but it is a war to be fight with one another. So this is important that pool testing must be encouraged, employment strippings must be encouraged, insurance coverings must be encouraged, but you cannot spare a sum of a section of society like a private labs and etc. from the testing. Also, sir, I would like to mention that not all the private labs are told to conduct free testings. This is a very important point, because National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories, that is NABL, or Indian Council of Medical Research instituted that such by NABL or ICMR only the private laboratories can conduct the test, not all the, so it is not the burden on all the private laboratories. Thank you.
Team number 29. Yeah, please.
Yeah. All right. First of all, my opponent said that it is not a question of only the private laboratories. The whole debate is surrounding around this topic. Is free medical testing in India and of COVID-19 in India justified? The government laboratories are already doing it at a much minimal amount, or rather free of cost also, because most of them are included in the Pradhan Mantri Jan Yojana scheme. Secondly, as per yesterday's data, if I remember it correctly, 512 organizations, laboratories are allotted to do this testing, out of which 400 and I think 420 are some private laboratories. Also she said that it is some 700 to 1000 that's been fixed as the cap amount by ICMR. The advisory that was questioned in the Supreme Court's order is the which was released on 17th April. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But it's an advisory saying that 4,500 is an amount fixed by ICMR. They've given a clear justification of 3,000 being the test kit amount and 1,500 being the rest amount, and saying that why and comparing us with the other economies is nowhere justified. We need to have a more practical approach. If we can do it in a much better way, why just keep the COVID testing free? Why not reimburse the cost from the people who can actually pay? 40% of the lower income group, the economically weaker section of the country, is already being reimbursed by the Pradhan Mantri Jan Yojana. Secondly, if we are keeping this capped amount, not everybody prefers the government health services. The private entities play an important role in this. And if we tell them to just start making COVID testing free of cost, it's going to it's like pushing their backs against the wall. We need to make sure that our mechanism is so strong that that this whole judgment does not have a negative impact on the testing. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So both of you did really well and try to actually cover many statistics report. So for example, team number 24 focused on testing, but there are a few mistakes actually which was made by team number 24. Suppose you said that that there are in India there is more than 2 billion people. Okay, it may be by mistake, but just slip of the tongue, it may have happened. Okay, then you also agreed, the team number 24, that that it should be free for rich. Are you on this point that it should be free for rich? Team number 24?
No, sir.
You agreed on this point that it should not be free for rich,
sir,
you said.
Yes, sir. The rich must pay, and it should be free for the poor and economically weaker sections of the society who cannot afford any 1,500 or 4,500 rupees capping.
Okay, so just one question: that are you not then going against for the motion? Because for the motion is not dividing any class. For the motion is merely that is COVID-19 free test is justified both for the rich and for the poor.
Sir, as far as my knowledge is concerned, for the motion, will we limit it to some sections of the society? Because, sir, free testing is justified. This comes via Supreme Court's judgment or a government issued some national health missions, Ayushman Bharat. That is only, the topic is subtopic of such missions only. That's why.
Okay, so your point is that pandemic sees the class, so it should not be free for rich, but it should be free for the lower state of society. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I totally.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I got it. Thank you. And team number 29, very well put. Started from the writ petition 4,500 and so on. Data sources was good. Content was good. And you mentioned the point: access to healthcare is a fundamental right, but free healthcare is not a fundamental right. Though I find there is flaw in this particular point anyway. And then you also quoted Kiran Mazumdar. It's good. And I think you watched YouTube, Kiran Mazumdar stating something in Biocon.
I watched the debate about
and okay. Who can you said who can afford to pay can pay, but not others. And team number 24 is also agreeing on the same point, that who can afford, let them pay. So both of you, I think there's no question of debate now. She's also saying who can afford, let them pay. You also saying who can afford, they can pay.
Isn't that a more practical approach of, rather than keeping COVID-19 test free? Because this whole debate is on whether to keep it free or not. So those people who can't afford.
So do you think you have convinced her then in saying that which can pay?
I think I.
Okay. Okay, so both of you did really well. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful to hear both of you. I'll send the score sheet in like to the college.
All right. Thank you
Carry
so
on.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, participants and adjudicator, for the great debate and for point of clarification. Now, I would request Mr. Sumit Maheshwari, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Once again, good afternoon to our adjudicator, participants, and the students. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Sumit Maheshwari, Faculty Coordinator, on behalf of Prestige Institute of Management Research, Department of Law, would like to extend my gratitude towards whom, without we could not have pulled off this event, our adjudicator, Mr. Pawan Rele sir, our institution, and the organizing committee who worked tirelessly from the day one to make this event happen. The entire organizing committee of National Debate Competition, our sponsors, audience, and everyone who helped in this event. Thank you everyone for taking the time here today. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, the participants are free to leave the meeting as we are done with our session.
Thank you.